welcome back to the In My 20s podcast. We are back with Rico.
What up, what up?
We are back with Michael.
Yo!
It's been a long 3 years, but we are officially back.
Yes, and we're actually filming right now in Michael's room, as you can see with all the angles. Michael is a bit of a pop boy.
As you can tell.
No, but he has so many good pops in here. We're gonna glaze him a lot. But right now, like, look at the cool stuff over here. He has Sabrina Carpenter Rolling Stone magazine. Supposedly her tits come out in it. We might take a look at that later. He has some like Elvis Presley records over there too with Sabrina. Do you have something to pull out to show everybody?
This
Show the camera back here.
this pin that Rico brought.
I didn't bring it. I actually found it here.
So, because I'm part of this club at school, and one of the things I had to do is make a button. So I just chose that because...
What's the club called? LGBTQ+?
No, it's called...
It's put your deepest, darkest secrets in the pin.
No, it's
pull out the sword. Pull out the sword.
No, it's called Build It.
It's a knife that I'm not going to stress taking out.
No, take it out.
I can't.
Show the
Take
fans.
it out.
I'm scared.
Whip it out.
Michael, pull out your sword too. Show them that we're not...
I can't pull it out, you see? But it's pretty long. Pause on that.
Pause.
Yeah, I pulled mine out.
So yeah, Michael has a lot of cool things. Michael plays guitar. And yeah, we're shooting our first episode here. I feel like this is definitely a way to kind of show a little bit more of like who at least Michael is in this episode. But we definitely will be changing a lot of where we film. But yeah, this is going to be the first spot. I feel like this is the perfect first spot, especially for like pop culture references.
Trying to keep it organic.
Yeah, it's very organic, very natural.
Show the people that you can start with absolutely nothing.
Pretty much.
I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of people like in Hollywood pay like a lot of money to... This is our first special guest. Actually, it's Michael's 3D printer.
And what is he going to print out?
Printing out a Fantastic Four logo.
Yes, we'll talk about that later. We have some hot takes on that. I think the last time we were on the podcast, one of the last things we were talking about that we kind of like never like caught you guys back up on was Efren's 21st birthday party. Fast forward, we're all 24 now.
Oh yeah.
We're Unc now. We're Unc status.
I'm gonna be 24 soon.
We actually are. All of us are actually uncles, so we are actually Unc status.
Not Michael.
Michael's an uncle.
Yeah,
no, he's not. Well, his cousin.
By law.
And
anyway,
actually, Efren's gonna be a dad now.
I am.
Mm-hmm. As you might have seen in the.
I will be a dad soon.
Tragic.
How do you feel about that, F?
I feel excited. Honestly, I'm not really worried because I know I'm gonna be a great dad. I know my girlfriend's gonna be a great mom. So I'm just excited.
How far along are you guys?
We're about to hit 5 months.
Oh wow!
Next week or in 2 weeks we hit 5 months.
Practically like halfway.
We're reaching the halfway point.
How are you feeling? Feeling a little bit scared? Feeling a little bit happy?
Happy, of course. Feeling chilling, like not natural.
Yeah.
I'm not really trying
just another day.
Yeah, just another day.
Just another day.
Just another day in the office, Time to clock in and go to work. But
we're just surprised he hasn't border hopped yet.
Border hop.
Michael, why elaborate?
So you know that whole thing like where people find out like, oh, my girlfriend's pregnant. I gotta get out of here. I don't want to be a dad. I want nothing to do with this kid.
Okay.
Like that. I'm talking about.
Why would I be?
I thought Michael was on his race. I mean, that's still on his race. But that's better than what I was thinking.
But it's not just one race. It's everybody thinks about that a lot. It's like, do I really want to go home to my kids? No, I'll just go the big titty bitch next door.
So long story short, Michael said, "I'm surprised my Efren's not a deadbeat dad."
Pretty much.
His Mexican version of going to get the milk.
Huh? Why is that surprising?
Border hopping.
Why is that surprising, Michael?
Off the border. Like, find a new country. So, other than you being pregnant, which congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want a boy or girl? Don't say that bullshit answer like, oh, I don't care what I get. Like, what do you want? Like, no one's gonna hurt you for saying what you want.
My kid, when he sees this.
Do you want a boy?
I wanna be a girl dad for sure.
Okay.
But if it's a boy, I'm happy. If it's a girl, I'm happy.
For sure.
You guys smell that?
So you would want to be a girl dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to be a girl dad. So
and what do you think right now you're gonna have? Like, considering like all like the...
I think it's gonna be a boy since everyone's telling me it's gonna be a boy. and we've seen a lot of superstition TikToks, and all the signs lead to a boy.
Oh, okay. That's like what superstitions have you seen in here?
I don't know. Victoria doesn't know me.
Oh, okay.
She tells it's gonna be a boy. So
okay. But right now Vicky's saying it's gonna be a boy.
Yeah.
Okay. But you want it to be a girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So so the boys are coming pink. To the gender reveal then. We're wearing pink. We're supporting that. Are you gonna wear pink or blue?
No, I'm gonna wear white.
Okay. Because you don't want to
I'm gonna be white.
That makes sense. How are you guys gonna do it? Like, are you gonna do a confetti cannon? Are you gonna get a plane, crash it down? Or...
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see in 3 weeks.
So, other than you getting knocked up, what else have you been up to since our last episode?
Since our last episode,
we filmed when we were 21. You weren't even 21 yet.
I wasn't.
No, he was the baby. He was the fucking baby.
I can say that I've been definitely working a lot. I got a new job. I've been there for over 2 years now, and I feel like I've matured. Not like in your typical way, but I feel that like my mental health awareness has definitely elevated levels since the last podcast, and you'll see it throughout these next episodes.
Okay, I like to see that. What about you, Mike? What have you been up to since the last episode?
Since the last episode, we stopped doing the podcast. What, 21?
22.
22. Yeah, beginning of 22.
August 22.
Or like, yeah, end of August 22. At that time, I was I had more time on my hands. I didn't have a job anymore. Well, I did have a job. I worked over at PacSun for a little bit, but they let me go after like 7 months just because hours were like depleting. I was only working like 3 hours. It sucked. And like a week, sometimes 8 if I was lucky. But
that's crazy.
Yeah, but
they're trying to tell you something, Mike.
What?
They're trying to tell you to get the regular.
No,
if I only got scheduled 3 hours a week, I'd be like, okay, I get the hint.
No,
Mike never got the hint.
No, dude, that was all the associates though.
Oh, I see.
But no, after that, I found a new position working over at the college that I went to. I was working there for like about 1.5 years, almost 2 years, and then I had to leave that because I graduated and I was no longer a student there. And then after that, I went to San Diego State.
What are you studying for?
Film production, and then I'm going to minor in photography.
Nice. Yeah. So what kind of movies are you going to make, though? Are you going to make the spicy movies, or are you going to make some DC Comics movies?
Well, I mean, if I make any spicy movies, I'm going to do like some comic book ones with the Riley Reid.
When you download the wrong Fantastic Four.
When you get Fantastic Four bootleg. When you watch Fantastic Four on 1, 2, 3 movies.
I forgot about that one. But not recently. Like I've been working. I'm a manager over at some collectible store. I have like about another year at San Diego State. But if I do get into the film program at my school, the issue is that it's a year commitment. So either I have to think about either demoting myself back down to sales associate or try and work it out. If I can't work it out, then I'm probably just gonna have to leave and just commit to state. Because one of the things about that is like production wise, you have to be there consistently. The amount of hours you have to put into it, the editing, the lighting, the sound, the audio, and it's a big thing. And then on top of that, I have to do an internship. And then the other part about it is I might have to travel to like some other country. And if I do, I probably want to go to Ireland or Scotland.
Then it's time to find another host.
Another 3D printer.
No, this bitch is coming with me.
Start digging in your butt, twin.
But I mean, that's future problems. If I get into the program, financial aid went up because once you turn a certain age, you do not have to put your parents on your tax form anymore. Huh? If you're below 24, you still have to put your parents.
But wouldn't you get more money if you're claimed by your parents?
No,
you get less money.
You get less money.
What age do you have to be so you don't have to be claimed?
24.
Nice.
So if I was to leave my job this year or next year, I would still have to put on my taxes like what I made. But overall, that's about it for me.
Nice. And last but certainly not least, 3D printer. What have you been?
I think the last time when we were recording, I was actually about to start my EMT training, and I went through that. I did a 2-month program. I was able to graduate during that time. I had started to fall in love with somebody, and
that's why we gave up on the podcast.
Pretty much.
Because we lost our editor.
I got really busy with the medical field and starting a new relationship. That was a big reason why the podcast did come to an abrupt ending. Not to mention, Ephraim was lacking with posting the podcast on Spotify.
That too, yeah.
I think we were all just running out of time, but I became an EMT. I was working for that on and off for about 2 years. I had suffered like a really like crazy falling out with one of my ambulance companies, so I'm like taking a break from them right now. I definitely did appreciate my time as an EMT. I definitely can go back anytime, and anyways, like my credentials, I can just re-up on them and get back on all four wheels of the ambulance. But I do have my clinical hours, which is a prerequisite for like a lot of medical positions. Like if you want to be a doctor, go to medical school, etc. Getting like patient hours are essential to show that you're kind of competent in the medical field. You know what you're doing. So I definitely have those, and I was thinking about taking those hours and like the knowledge I've learned from being an EMT, and I do want to go back to school and do my general ed. Hopefully, get a transfer.
So get like a proper degree.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm kind of leaning more towards psychiatrist.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel.
I would have to be
Psychiatrist?
Yeah, I would have to be a psychologist first and see how it's going, and then see if it's worth the commitment to go to medical
Well, this
school.
could be a good prerequisite, a podcast.
Oh, for sure. And
yeah.
And I think if I'm ever gonna do a transfer, I feel like the podcast could definitely be something I could talk about in terms of like life experience, which is really what they all really want to hear.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of like what I've been up to in terms of that relationship that was developing. It lasted for about like 2.5 years, but we had a falling out. Long story short, I'm pretty sure I got cheated on multiple times. And then I was ghosted, so yeah, that's that. But we're moving strong. Since taking a break from the medical field, I've been actually working with Michael. Michael's my fucking boss. Think about that. Imagine this was your fucking boss.
And now you're his boss.
Well, I guess on the podcast,
On the podcast, he's my boss.
This
At
is
work,
where I
I'm
fucking
boss.
ring his balls up, But
I feel like the podcast is more like Rico and Efren's
And not gonna
company, and then when Michael's our worker. Like you're the CEO and I'm the CFO.
I'm the baddie CEO. That's pretty much what I've been up to. Just trying to enjoy my single summer.
Enjoy your 20s.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy my 20s. I'm
Fun.
24.
Because we're about to reach halfway.
Time to be
Yeah.
a whore.
Like
type
we're
shit.
1 year
Not
away
really.
from being half in our 20s.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
We're 1 year away from starting to be halfway through our 20s.
Yeah.
And we started this project 21 years old.
And I do feel like I'm going to thrive more when I'm 30, but I do want to utilize my young years, Try to get skinny again, try to get buff again, so that way when I'm 30, I'm like 30, flirty, and thriving. You get the reference? You get the
Yeah, I
reference?
get it. Shut up.
Holy reference. If you know ball.
If you know ball.
Yeah.
You haven't seen those TikToks?
No.
Like, if you know ball, drop a quote from...
If you know ball, like LaMelo ball.
Like ball, if you know ball. If you know ball knowledge, drop
like
a quote.
basketball?
Well, that's, yes, but it's like...
Is that like basketball slang, but used in like everyday use?
Mhm.
Drop the ball.
If you know ball.
Like drop, if you know ball.
It's like, if you know ball, drop the coldest Marvel and DC lines.
Hey.
If you know ball, it's like another way of saying like
Like, if you know, you know.
if you know, you know.
Yeah. Now that I brought this up, real quickly, what's a cold Marvel quote? Cold Marvel. Or a farming quote.
Does it have to be Marvel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Marvel and DC.
It's in Injustice. It's one of my favorite quotes ever.
Oh, I love that game.
The Joker just obliterated
Lois
Metropolis, Lois Lane, and the unborn, the fetus of Superman and Lois Lane, and he's being interrogated in Gotham by Batman, and Batman tells Joker there are just some things you can't correct, because Joker tells Batman that was his intention to it'd be a funny joke to see his reaction, to Superman's reaction to all that, but Joker responds with, someone took everything away from you, and you turn into the embodiment of wrath. What do you think you'll become? And then moments later, Superman flies in after pretty much like fighting off everyone who was trying to stop him,
and
kills him by punching through his chest. And
Yeah.
the Joker says, "Now that's a punchline."
What did he say?
That
This
was,
guy.
that was
from the
probably
movie?
like, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about from the video game. I'm like, I remember the video game be very different.
No, that was from the movie. I thought that was like the most like epic. Like when I watched that movie, I was like, oh shit, I'm not watching like a little kid's like film. Like I'm watching like a graphic novel brought into like a cinematic universe.
Okay, what about Marvel?
I don't know. I just circle back to me for Marvel.
For my DC is tell me.
Do you bleed?
You will.
That was
And
Batman,
then,
right?
and then
Batman
for
versus Superman.
yeah, and then for Marvel, I got two. One is Hey Auntie.
Hey, Auntie.
When Killmonger is revealed to be the cousin.
Hey
of
Auntie,
Hey,
that went hard.
That one,
That went
or
hard.
maybe I might be a bandwagon, but and I am Iron Man.
And I am Iron Man.
He snapped his fingers.
And I am
Iron Man.
And I am Iron Man. Call back to the first movie. Those are my quotes.
For DC, from Aquaman, when he's about to fight his brother, he's talking about the whole Ring of Fire and everything like that. He's giving the whole big speech to his brother, and then Aquaman comes in and says, I don't care what you call it Swoopy. And honestly, I see a lot of myself in that, because it's like, whenever I see my brother or any of my cousins acting like a little damn, like little ignorant little, I look at them like, I don't care what you call it, I'm gonna give you a Swoopy you will remember.
Yeah.
Because I know none
CPS.
because none of my cousins are gonna fucking do it, and they're like, I don't want to like traumatize. I'm like, dude, traumatize a kid, because look at me, you know how I am with family. I'm more family oriented and everything. For Marvel though, it's that quote from Doctor Strange in Multiverse, when it's him and Christine in that what's that the Strange with the third eye. You know what I'm talking about?
In the dimension. Where
Yeah. So after they kill her, she comes up to the room and everything like that. They're like looking through the portal, and he says, "I love you in every universe."
Oh, that went hard.
Yeah, and honestly,
that one was to my core.
But no, that quote that I inputted was because I really like somebody a lot, and it's like, I love you still, but it's like through every universe, I will fucking always love you.
I feel like there's always that one person in our lives that we're gonna.
And it happened this year.
Always. Yeah, a couple of us actually. There's a club building up. Do you have a person like that you know, like Hawk Guy and Hawk Girl? Because you know they're lore, right?
Yeah. You say Hawk Guy and Hawk Girl? Is it Hawk Guy or Hawkman?
Is it Hawkman?
It's Hawkman.
Hawkman. Okay, so like
Hawkman,
so like Hawkman.
I'll say faster.
So like Hawkman. Wait, why?
I don't know.
Hawkman. What is that? What does it say? What am I saying?
Hawkman.
Moving on.
Hawkman. Like in Hawkman and Hawkgirl, where they're reincarnated and every time they reincarnate, they find each other.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you have one person in your life that you would be able to do that with? Is that your Victoria?
Yeah.
I'd like to hear that.
There's a lot of, like, how we met. There's a lot of coincidences.
Huh?
That would just leave that she's actually my soulmate.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Maybe in another episode.
Yeah,
we'll talk
get more into that. Yeah, that's where we've been, guys. We kind of went on a little bit of a tangent, but I think that was a really cool tangent.
That was a good tangent. I needed that.
Let's talk about some current events that are going on.
Current events. My freaking limit has been exceeded. Ooh, yeah.
You know, like, we're back on YouTube, but you know who else is back on YouTube?
Your mom.
David Dobrik.
Mr. Dobrik himself. How do you guys feel about that?
I love it. But I'm a bandwagon because I love David Dobrik.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that, oh, he's weird and all the bad stuff he's done. Now, here's my take on it. If you were in his position, you would do the exact same thing. But since you're not, you have your opinion on it. Because if you were David and if you were rich, you had all this money, you're 21, you accidentally put your friend in the hospital, you SA someone, like, what would you do in his position? You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to have your opinion from outside of the club, but when you're in the club and you're put in that position, you don't know what you would do because you won't experience it. Would you do the same as him, or would you not do the same as him?
Well, okay. If we're really seriously answering that question, before I get into it, let me we'll put a pin on that because I'm gonna give my perspective on how I feel about it. You know, I like David Dobrik because he's a really good editor. I think he was a trendsetter, and he definitely elevated YouTube for the era that it was.
Yeah.
and he was able to give like that Viner humor, that Viner type of like instant dopamine, next shot, kind of like preparing us for TikTok almost, or like where it's like next scene, instant dopamine type of thing. Like he definitely paved the way for that, and it definitely got me into YouTube. I will say though, with the things that you listed and more some that he has done in his past and in the videos that have put me on as a child, I would say, definitely don't sit right with me. I mean, I'm definitely going to be watching the vlogs because he still seems like he's on his like crazy.
But why?
Like, just because because I want to see the destruction.
But if you don't agree,
and not only the destruction, but even though I don't agree who he was as a person, like what he did, I do believe that there is a lot of talent. Like there's a lot of artists like Picasso, but there are also things that they're really talented in that you can separate the person from the product.
Hypocritical? Like I don't agree with him, I'm still gonna watch him. Like
I think
like then just don't watch him.
I think it's important to appreciate art, but also remember like what that person has done. You know, like if that person has been a bad person, it is also good to have in the back of your mind, like, yeah, like understand the history. Like it's like being an American, like sure, we can say we're proud to be American for X, Y, and Z, but at the end of the day, when we really read about it, we're the bad guys. We're the Fire Nation. Yeah. We're just our history is just as bad as So all I'm gonna say is like at the end of the day, like trying to have that like cancel culture mindset. It's like okay, start there, and then when you end up all the way over here of canceling everything that falls under that criteria, you're gonna eventually cancel everything because no one's perfect. In fact, we're still in an era where we're still very far from it. Very clear. Yeah. So that's how I feel about like you saying like, oh, is it hypocritical? And then going back to like your question of like what would you do? First of all, I wouldn't essay anything. Second of all, I wouldn't put my friends in any harm's way.
Yeah.
And even if I wanted to do something really epic like that and everyone was down, definitely would try to get like
stunt
coordinator, human resources, any type of public relations.
Yeah, like be prepared.
Having management there, and someone who actually knows how to run the crane. I wouldn't run that crane and fucking swing you guys around. Like I think he was being careless, and I think he saw his friends at that time more as a product than actual people.
Exactly.
exactly like Jack. And I feel like that's why I feel like I didn't really sit right with that, and I'm still kind of seeing those vibes now. Still, like he, like the drama with Jason. Like I don't know about about Jason. That's like, oh, he has 2 kids, and like how David Dobrik didn't want to do the podcast for him anymore, and David's like, I just don't want to do it. Like, not that I don't need it, whatever. But then his friend, who's like done so much for him, like helped him build his platform in a way.
Put his life on the line.
Yeah, and like, he's like, he needs this podcast, like he needs his money, and that's just so many examples of like he just doesn't give a fuck about what other people are going through. He's definitely the type of person like, well, that's your problem, and I feel like he definitely like, and he still gives that energy. Like he literally made Jason drink a whole bottle of piss. That could be fake, but at the same time, like I don't think it was. Like knowing we know Jason and how like the crazy shit that the clout chasing shit that they were willing to do to get that click. Like, I'm sure that was his fucking piss. And they were on the bus. Like, he had to piss in a cup for a reason. Where the fuck are they going to get this green juice that looks exactly the same color? You know what I mean?
Green.
What color was it? Like
yellowish?
Okay, well, you know what I mean. So,
yeah. I mean, it's a hot take, but that's how I feel. And that goes with everything else. Like, if you're going to cancel him and be like, I don't like what he did, or you're going to support him,
that's like, you can definitely stalk somebody and not support them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can watch... But like if I'm starting to buy merch, if I'm like going to meet and greets, if I'm like starting to like I don't know.
Like just brief, just to move on from this. Like you like Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
You like his music?
I do, but I don't know how I feel about Michael Jackson as a person. But I also do want to have a lot of sympathy for him because he was stripped of his childhood.
Yeah. So that's the hot take.
Yeah.
Like he children, but yeah, we still blast his
music. Well, I mean, as much as I do want to like
believe that he didn't,
yeah, that he did, it's still like he's still technically innocent on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. So what I'm saying, like whether you believe he did or he didn't, you can't be like, oh, Michael Jackson did this, but still blast his music. Like you have to either commit to not listening to him.
Again, I feel like you can appreciate the art, but not praise the person. Gladiator Wars, that was like the first ever Broadway show. But yeah, people were killing each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
What? Are we going to be like the Roman Colosseum? No. Bitches fly out to go see the Roman Colosseum. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just like, because that's how we can appreciate the art, but also um, understand, like not to praise a bad person. If like you don't have to connect both of them.
Yeah.
Just because you like Michael Jackson music doesn't mean you're a pedophile.
Exactly.
Just because you watch David Dobrik doesn't mean you're a bad friend or a bad person.
Wait a minute. I'm glad you brought that up. I just thought about something. I'm not sure if I should say it. You can edit it out if you want. If that's your mindset, or not your mindset, but if that's your point of view, can we say the same thing about Trump supporters?
Absolutely. Just because you're a Trump supporter doesn't mean you're a bad person. I just feel like you're severely ignorant and you aren't really educated, or you might be selfishly voting for Trump because you feel like you're gonna gain something selfishly out of him. That's what I think about it. I don't think like I feel like in voting for like a very important like world leader, like the U.S. world leader, it definitely should be a person who advocates for not just like a selfish needs and not just like his own needs. Like I feel like he's advocating more for the economy of like the American people, which is great. But I don't want a president who does that. I want a president who raises the economy of every world leader. He's definitely a person who is not afraid to say what he likes to say, and sometimes he makes jokes that are like very like risque for sure. Like I'm sure there's a lot of people in our lives that are just like that, so I'm not really going to clock him for that. But I do definitely feel like if you're a president, like you definitely should uphold yourself to a classier standard. And like at the end of the day, like he's a businessman, he's not a leader.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. That the selfish. Aren't we all selfish to a certain degree?
Yes.
Yeah, we all
Because
have our
technically,
moments.
like we all think about ourselves before we think about anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if you're not good with yourself, financially, emotionally, you cannot be there for somebody else. So if someone goes out to you, hey Rico, I need help with this or this, but you're like so busy on something else, you are either gonna ignore them or you're not gonna put 100% attention to them. You know what I mean?
Understand, like, okay, give to yourself. Make sure you are able to like have your own things in order before you can give to other people.
Yeah.
But you can't really apply that when it comes to voting for a president, because what a lot of people lack in realizing when voting is that you're not only supposed to vote for what benefits you. You need to vote for what benefits the country and sometimes even the world, because we're leading as an example, and we definitely like if we kind of like revert back as the example, then we're definitely kind of like going back in time. We're not really advancing as a society socially, economically. We're just prioritizing our own selves, and we're dividing the world even more, which is not what we need to be.
And then
Like, there's a reason why we don't have floating cars yet, because the world is so divided. They would rather start wars, steal resources, have like economic arms races, rather than like be together doing as a society. Like, there's so many rumors that like so many governments hide so many cures to so many diseases from their people, mainly because like they can profit by like giving them like long term like pain relief versus the cure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wasn't there one for like diabetes or something like that? They had a cure for it
Well,
in another
supposedly there's
country.
a cure for cancer, but supposedly the American health system makes way more money giving people radiation for like months and months and months, and hopefully they die, or they don't, and then they get it again, and then they get more and more months, and that's just more money that insurance, or sometimes nowadays I think Trump took away a lot of insurance for a lot of poor people.
Yeah.
But now it's coming out of their own pockets, or they're just gonna die.
So then,
So that to me, that like that, there's a lot of things that I feel like he might feel like he's doing because on paper and from his perspective in his little office, it looks good on paper, like in the long run. But in the meantime, like a lot of people are suffering, and it's just like there has to be a different way. Like Spider-Man wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Superman wouldn't do this.
No.
Why are we voting this man into office?
So
That's
then,
the way I see it.
So then I have another question.
Yeah.
Okay, we can edit this out, but for the both of you, if that's the case, would you guys give up your job for someone? Someone came up to you, was like,
it depends.
Listen, bro, I'm broke. I need your job. Like just like that. Like they come up to you. It's like me if I tell you, hey, bro, honestly, I'm broke right now. Can I have your job? And you have to say yes or no. And then you go to your boss and be like, hey, boss, I have to quit, but he's gonna replace me.
I definitely wouldn't, but I'd be like, even if I could give you my job, because typically in a typical world, you wouldn't be able to just give somebody your job. But I'd be like, hey, bro, like, what's going on? Like, do you need help
but
getting a job? And even like, if I could give you a job, you would have to apply online. Like if anything, I would guide someone instead of just being like no and closing the door on them.
So,
but why do you, what kind of parallel are you trying to create?
The parallel I'm trying to get is that I'm not trying to say that people are selfish, that the world is selfish, but I'm trying to say that when it comes down to it, you will definitely think about yourself before anybody else.
Oh yeah.
But you can't really use that example because, like, that's something like for sure you have to. Like you have no choice. Like you need that job.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas voting for the president, you do have a choice. And like the things that come with voting for a president, those all have choices too, you know.
And then
So it's not really like life or death. Like like it's not like a decision where it's like it's a really like it's in my opinion it's not a hard choice to make to give somebody your job because like you know that's something you need. And it's another thing like you're also not helping that person by giving them your job if you could.
Yeah.
Because why give a man a fish when you can teach a man to fish and you can eat for life? So at the end of the day, like,
and I'm glad you brought that up.
Maybe why?
Because
I'm finding a very difficult way, like how you're trying to like
because you
rationalize voting for Trump.
No, because
he wants something. What do you want?
You don't want to help. Why give man a fish when you can teach him to fish? Right? Like that's what you said.
Give a man a fish and he eats for the night.
Yeah.
You teach him how to fish, he eats for life.
Yeah, exactly. So wasn't that what the Democratic Party was doing to all these illegal immigrants coming in? I would just kind of here you go, and they were coming in like give me
but
fish.
That's a different scenario because where the quote that I'm deriving that from, it's like what from like biblical. Jesus was like he gave people fish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Those people they were in a drought. They needed the fish. That's why Jesus gave them the fish.
Mm-hmm.
But and then similarly, in terms of like the refugees and all the illegals we have, those are years, decades of people who have come in here illegally, have had families and brought them here illegally, have had families here while being illegal. And not just Hispanics, it's a lot of like
that's what
it can be people all over the world, all over. Like we're known for being like that kind of like safe land, like home of the free, like people who were in shackles in other countries. This is home of the free. Land of the free, and I feel like definitely like in terms of like a lot of people who got deported, a lot of people came here for refuge. Like Mexico, a lot of people, the big topic, the Mexicans, you know, Mexico's not fucking nice and pretty sometimes. Like it's pretty dangerous to live there politically. There's a lot of like gangs that run everything, a lot of cartels that run literally the government, especially big cities like Tijuana, which is right there. And there's people that get beheaded, hung all the time, women, children, women getting like there's like serial like rapists that have nothing to do with the cartel. It's just so many people that are corrupt there because the country's corrupt, and the reason the country's corrupt is because of the cartel. So it's a whole bunch of things. And on top of that, it's like a technically like I don't know, is that third world country?
Technically, not anymore. It used to be.
But yeah, so I'm just saying, like I feel like in terms of like like we're not necessarily like letting like them come in and like not teaching them anything from it. These are people who need help, and we as a country, who it's beyond a third world country, and is known in their history for helping people who do need the help, who are refugees. I feel like they did what they know best to do in this world.
Isn't that selfish?
Not necessarily,
but for them, because they weren't thinking about how they got it.
I feel like to be selfish is to know internally like I'm doing something knowing that someone else is giving something up, when in reality, them coming to our country, they don't really give up anything. In fact, they're contributing to the economy.
Yeah.
And on top of that, our country has been known for accepting refugees, especially like people from Mexico in their circumstances. So I don't think it would be selfish because in them, they're like, this is what America, like this is what they're built on. This is what they're known for. How am I being selfish for going? Why am I selfish for calling the Red Cross when I need help? Why am I selfish for going to a homeless shelter? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were talking about David Dobrik a little bit about before we got into Trump a little bit. But kind of like we can use both about like how we can view a person and how we can view those people who support that person or who seemingly, keep up with all the news about them. So yeah, that's that. I'm really excited in like a like mischievous like drama way to see what else he's gonna bring because I just know that he is not going to be able to help himself. Like he's the type of person like, oh, the next video needs to be bigger and better and crazier and I will say the last video was kind of wholesome. It was like Vardon getting a kiss, but I thought that was kind of awkward though. Like it was kind of awkward. Like it's just weird, I was like, and they're all underage too, so it's just like even.
No, he's 18.
The girls are underage. No?
No.
Oh, they were all 18?
They were all 18
Okay,
and older. I think he learned from his mistake, right?
Oh, I hope so. Speaking of David Dobrik, his number one op, Trisha Paytas. She just had a baby. Guess the baby's name. You guys know the baby's name? Aquaman. How do you feel about Aquaman? That's
Like the name Aquaman
Yeah.
or like Jason Momoa Aquaman?
No,
No,
like
like the
Aquaman,
name
like
is
his name's
literally
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Like, I feel bad for his school bullying, man.
You
Hey,
think
Aquaman,
okay, but
can you
how would you?
switch?
Well, how would you even bully that? Like, how would? What would you even?
There's so many ways to bully someone. Like, your mom really named you a superhero, or like you're a superhero. Okay, go hold your breath underwater.
But then your
Aquaman.
mom is Trisha Paytas, so then like, can they really talk?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, low key, when your mom's Trisha Paytas, you have Alex to talk
Yeah, I
about.
was like, bro, come on, control the water, or like swim underwater, hold your breath. I don't know, just you need jokes like that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So, I did want to show you a quick video, guys, of Trisha Paytas. She was talking about like she had other names that she wanted to choose besides Aquaman, and I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on it.
All right, yeah, sure.
The names I really, really loved were Paper Mate. I loved Water Snake. It was so.
So
Water snake,
and the first one, I don't know if you catch it, she said really fast, Paper Mate,
Yeah.
like the pencil.
paper mate, water snake,
Paper Mate.
paper mate,
Like imagine like that's your name, Paper Mate.
Hey,
How would you even make a nickname out of that?
mate,
Pape?
PM,
What a pape?
PM,
What a mate? Okay, and then what was it? Water Snake?
water snake.
Close. I was really, really close to that. And I did love Moses Jr. too. I really love that too.
Moses
It was a water thing, but I always loved him.
Moses is the name of her husband.
Okay,
Her baby daddy.
that makes
Jason?
sense.
And then the next one was Jason. The next one was Aladdin. I kind of like Aladdin. I would name my kid Aladdin.
Okay,
Aladdin?
it is.
And then the reveal, she named her
Aquaman.
child Aquaman. Isn't that kind of crazy?
I mean, you
You
do
know-
what you want with your kids.
For sure, for
I
sure.
mean,
As
yeah.
a person who's going to become a parent soon,
Mm-hmm.
would you name your kid Aquaman?
No,
Oh
I'm
my
not even
God.
sure if I have kids. I hope none of them are named Aquaman.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, there's also another conspiracy theory going on with her because every time Trisha Paytas gives birth, a really like popular public figure, pop culture figure dies.
The first one was
The first one when she gave birth to Malibu Barbie, which is her. So we'll go down. She has a theme with the names. So her first daughter, Malibu Barbie, the queen died
Mhm.
when Malibu was born. So everyone thinks Malibu is the queen, and she kind of looks like her.
Yeah, okay.
Like they look alike.
Well, white.
And then when her second child was born, Elvis Presley, essentially. Elvis was born, another girl. I like that. Elvis for a girl name. I think that's my favorite name that she dropped. Malibu
Okay.
Barbie kind of goes hard too. Like imagine
Yeah.
that, like an Instagram model, you name Malibu Barbie.
You're ugly.
What was that song we used to sing in elementary school? I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life's fantastic. My boobs are made of plastic.
Isn't that it?
it?
I like how Michael's saying so nonchalant, like that isn't one of the most popular songs in the world.
Yeah, we just changed the lyric. Oh,
Is it,
wow.
is it a song or?
No, I know it's a song. I'm just
Kinda
saying.
horror farm.
We used
They
to
said
make,
he said Orifier.
The
No,
rose.
They said it come up nonchalant.
no, but we used to make fun of it with that song in elementary school. Like just like change the words up.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So when Elvis was born, everyone thought the Pope, because that's when the Pope died. Everyone thought Elvis was the Pope, and then her recent baby Aquaman, Ozzy Osbourne died.
God.
So everyone thinks that Ozzy. First, that was also the drama when Trump was really sick, and like everyone was like, "Oh, Trump's not posting. Trump like he's not going to." Like,
Oh yeah, when he went
he's not,
MIA.
like, yeah, he went MIA, and then there was like a news thing like, "Oh, Trump is dying," and then there was another news thing, Trisha Paytas is in the hospital. And they're like, no, Trump is going to be reborn to Trisha Paytas. And it was like a whole thing. But then Ozzy Osbourne died, and they're like, fuck. Well, people were still pissed because they were like, Ozzy Osbourne, but then they were like, at least it's not Trump. But speaking of
Ozzy still gets me. Like,
yeah, he's very influential.
Yeah,
especially for someone that loves rock and roll. Like
Michael, you want to talk about that? I feel like you feel like you were connected to his death.
Ozzy,
Or should I say to his rebirth?
So Ozzy for me, without heavy metal, without the concept of like being a metalhead, if it wasn't for Ozzy, I don't think I would be the person I am today with like my entire love for like rock music, metal, and everything. That guy was not the Godfather. That guy was the Prince of Darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It goes him, the Prince of Darkness, Let Me Kill Mister, the Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then motherfucker was in Black Sabbath. And then after he was let go from Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Had his own solo career. I have his first album right there printed on my wall from his picture vinyl.
We also have the Osbournes.
The
Osbournes,
Osbournes,
reality
yes.
TV show. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I am not gonna lie. I watched the Osbournes like for the very first time, like full on season 1 through 4. That shit was hilarious to me. I'm like reality TV. I know it's not hilarious, but like the amount of reactions that Ozzy gives out reminds me so much of my grandfather and my grandparents because it's like
it's pretty trashy. That reality TV show is definitely a pioneering show because oh my god, like it's so raw.
That was the first.
How like
that was the first reality TV show, and honestly, that because I have the DVD, like the first season, uncensored as hell. Yeah. I would like to see reality TV come out with it on streaming without the fucking censorship on it.
Right. Yeah.
Because with the Osbournes, you gotta have it fucking uncensored. Like,
I definitely
like
will say like the dynamic between Sharon and what's the daughter's name?
Kelly.
And Kelly, their dynamic
Sharon,
is just very like wow. Like
yeah, and then Jack in the background, just like Jack in the background, he's just like what's going on.
Ozzy Osbourne's always fucking high as a kite in the fucking show, bro.
Yeah.
Like he can, if that was my dad, I would get so pissed just looking at him. Like I can't take you seriously.
No, dude, Ozzy as a dad, I'm not gonna lie. Like him as a grandfather, I would worship his dad. I would worship this man. Like he had his own reality TV show. He had his own rock band.
I feel like Michael. Like I feel like if Ozzy Osbourne had like a hidden son, like I feel like that'd be Michael.
Yeah, and then what do you call it?
That's what you get.
He had his own solo career.
Far from the tree.
He was in a fucking video game.
This is when Ozzy Osbourne and Vanessa. This is what you get. This is the product.
He was in a fucking video game. Like it was
Guitar
called
Hero.
No. Yeah, Guitar Hero World Tour, I think. And then he was another one called Brutal Legend with Jack Black, and then Let Me Kill Mister from Motorhead, and then the lead singer of Judas Priest.
He definitely made his mark in the early 2000s for sure. He was everywhere.
The Prince of Darkness.
Oh yeah, dude. He was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice because Black Sabbath, and then by himself. By Ozzy Osbourne, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and then
all aboard.
And then a lot of people paid tribute to him when he died. Surprisingly, not surprised, but like Youngblood, who I guess is now his successor. Is I don't know if he's going to take up the mantle or not of Ozzy.
I don't think so.
But I mean, if he does,
it's hard to take that mantle.
It is because that guy was a fucking legend in the music world, music industry. Like without Ozzy, I think we wouldn't have like the amount of like coke heads and like bat jokes because most would bit the head off the fucking bat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the guy's done every drug. And then he even did a commercial for Liquid Death, PlayStation, World of Warcraft. I completely forgot about that. Even Pepsi Twist.
Pepsi Twist.
Yeah, it's everywhere, bro.
Pepsi Twist is crazy, yeah.
I think definitely Ozzy Osbourne is another example of someone whose art we can appreciate, but maybe a person we shouldn't really praise.
Yeah.
And honestly, just like him on the show, just honestly being a deadbeat dad, but with hella money.
I heard he's got like 6 kids. The 3 he's got now, and then like 3 from his previous marriage.
Yeah, but he's like in his own world, man.
Yeah.
Like
honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was fortunate enough to like get his autograph 2 years before he passed away, and honestly, I praise that shit so much.
So where's his autograph?
Right there.
On the
right there.
Okay, so that's the holy grail, man.
Nice. With all the bitches,
bro. Sell it and you make a fortune.
I will never sell it. That is my fucking prize, right there.
That's your holy grail.
That's my holy.
Ozzy would be proud to see that. Ozzy, are you here? Ozzy's listening.
Ozzy, if you're here, levitate the pop.
There was a pop I wanted to get.
It levitated.
Sydney Sweeney. There's a lot of that bitch is always doing something. She's always doing something. There's a lot of marketing for Sydney Sweeney.
Everyone that commented on that is soft.
Pretty much.
On the commented on the jeans drama that she had with I think what was it?
American Eagle.
Everyone's soft.
Why don't we watch the trailer together real quick? Michael, do you want to pull it up real quick for us?
Yeah, I got you.
And then we'll just watch it, and then I also want to show you a commercial from the 90s with Brooke Shields when she was a minor, so we can see the parallel and we can see why people are
American
so...
Sweeney.
That's
that's
President Trump react.
Right there, yeah, 30 seconds.
I love the way he reacts.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is what they call it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell you to buy American Eagle jeans.
I love it so much.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. Or that they make your butt look amazing. Why would I need to do that? But if you said that you want to buy the jeans, I'm not gonna stop you. But just so we're clear, this is not me telling you to buy American Eagle jeans.
Sydney Sweeney, Hasbury jeans.
You see what I did there, right?
There's another one where she's laying down.
I love her.
So I think
I love
honestly, I think she ate that commercial, like everything from like the cleavage to the outfit to, you know, I don't think she was saying anything too crazy in my opinion, but I do see like how it is a bit tone deaf. Look up real quick Brooke Shields jeans ad. But I will say like the play on words, like
is it Calvin Klein?
Yes. Sydney Sweeney has good genes. We can talk more about it later. But
Who is Brooke Shields?
what? You don't know who Brooke Shields is?
Of course I do.
You ever seen?
Like actually?
No, who Brooke Shields is?
Do you ever seen that? Have you heard of the movie The Blue Lagoon?
No, yeah.
About like two kids that are naked. So she went viral because that was like one. Well, she did that one and then she
Pretty baby.
No, and then she did that movie.
But those were two
with Tom. I think it was Tom Green. It was called Bob the Butler.
Bob the Butler.
Yeah, they used to show it on Disney all the time before Disney started getting like.
But long story short, the reason she's famous is because when she was like 13, 12, pause it. She was like one of the most like beautiful like kids ever, and she was automatically thrown into acting because of how beautiful her face was.
Yeah,
and that's when she got roles like
Pretty baby.
She was sexualized, like she was literally naked on the lagoon, and she was a child, and she had like this gorgeous symmetrical face with blue eyes, nice thick eyebrows, and all the men they had a crush on her. You know, like the typical thing for marketing, like you go on a late night talk show, talk about what film's coming out. Exactly what she did, but she was severely sexualized by like all the hosts and stuff, and they would ask her like, "Oh, when are you gonna lose your virginity?"
Yeah, they asked her that,
and you can tell that she's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then this commercial came out where she was, I think, 15, and she's doing an ad for Calvin Klein, and she's like putting it on very seductively, but she's a minor, and the things that she's saying kind of is giving also white supremacy vibes. I don't know if this is the commercial though. I don't think this is.
Let's try it. 1980.
Yes.
The secret of life lies hidden in the genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. Occasionally, certain conditions produce a structural change in the gene, which will bring about the process of evolution. This may occur in one or more of the following ways. Firstly, by selective mating, in which a single gene type proves superior in transmitting its genes to future generations. Secondly, by gene drift, in which certain genes may fade away while other genes persist. And finally, by natural selection, which filters out those genes better equipped than others to endure in the environment. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
So this, I would say, is what people are really upset about, but they're trying to pretend like this is what we saw with Sydney Sweeney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you say like this is more of like what it sounds like people are upset about? Because like the like I feel like she was very blunt, like natural selection. Let's rule out those genetics that are not good.
Yeah.
As she's standing there, blue-eyed white girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that definitely is more of like okay, this is giving white supremacy. This is giving like trying to sexualize a white minor. Sydney Sweeney's, I can definitely see where they're trying to like hint at it, but I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that like.
No, but that just goes to show how a lot of people try to make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And you know, I feel like that's it. That's one of the main issues we have as a society, as people.
The cancel culture of it all.
Not the cancel culture. Well, maybe yes, but the fact that we make something out of absolutely nothing.
And it's like,
now they want to boycott a multi-million-dollar company.
For what?
Because
wait, what are you talking about?
American Eagle.
Oh, okay, yes.
So they want to boycott American Eagle. They don't want them to start buying. Just because it offends you, or do you want to make something out of nothing to make views to start controversy? We don't know.
Did it finish?
At the end of the day, girls are still going to buy American Eagle. I know a lot of girls that go to American Eagle. I believe they have like a lot of like good sizes for lots of body types.
Oh, I'll go to American Eagle buy jeans. I don't give a.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to hinder. I think there is a lot of boycott though. But you're right. I think this is definitely maybe a move that was sort of calculated to like push that boundary a little bit. Maybe they did, like when they were in the marketing room and they were like, you know what, we need to like stir the pot a little bit, put ourselves out there, and they brought out this other Gene commercial, and they probably used that as like the foundation, just not necessarily to like preach white supremacy, but to kind of like remind people of a commercial that did, so that maybe like it could like spark some controversy, give them some marketing. Not all publicity, not bad publicity is still publicity. And then who is the perfect person to put in this to be our Brooke Shields? Sydney Sweeney. All the bitches already hate her. Everyone's already on her dick for everything. No. You cannot walk by a bitch in the street and be like, "Hey, do you like Sydney Sweeney?" You will not find a bitch that says, "I love her." Everyone hates her. Why? Because they're jealous of her. Let's be real. She's a snow bunny. We know you're jealous.
Sydney Sweeney did a commercial for Dr. Squatch. You guys remember that?
Yes, for the soap. No?
Yeah. Okay. I found here's all of them. It's like 3 minutes. I don't know why somebody did this, but they must really have a lot of time on their hands and some shit.
Michael, would you buy this soap?
Ladies,
yeah.
I just want one thing, and that's natural body wash for our guys, of course. With scents like pine tar, wood barrel bourbon, coconut castaway, and fresh falls.
I've had all 4.
Wait, but isn't there a Sydney Sweeney soap?
Yeah. But they didn't advertise that.
So wait, is the Sydney Sweeney soap also from the Squash place?
Yeah.
So right now this is like her baby steps going into that.
Yeah. So this is her baby steps right here.
This is like her evolution.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
This is also like the other baby steps one.
Let's face it, guys only want one thing.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney body wash genie.
Dr. Squatch natural body wash for men. They're tired of smelling thirsty.
Sydney Sweeney. Holy coconuts! It even smells natural.
And it's moisturizing. At the end of the day, they just want to crack open a natural one with the boys.
Crack with the boys.
Would you crack one with the boys with Sydney Sweeney?
No.
Good answer. Victoria, are you watching?
Hello, you dirty
Alright,
boy.
this is the one.
Are you interested in my body? Wash? Well, you can't have it. Because this isn't for boys, it's for men. This is Dr. Squatch Natural Body Wash. With long-lasting natural aromas like wood barrel bourbon, pine tar, coconut castaway, and fresh.
I wonder how much money she made from this. I wonder how much money she made the company from this.
Like 100,000.
Made a lot.
So go to drsquatch.com today and quit being a dirty little boy.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, they came off the soap. They announced it. They didn't advertise it on TV or anything because it would have gotten controversial. Like, she's selling her soap. Okay. Anyway, but it would have got more controversial on TV and on the media, which it did get on the media. That if they advertise that it's her actual like bath water that they made the soap with, and that was like one of the things that a lot of women find disgusting. My boss found that disgusting. In my head, I'm like, I don't give a I want the soap. Like, I'm not gonna use it. Like, I'm not gonna use it. I'm gonna put
every day. Michael's gonna fill up his hydro flask of Sydney Sweeney bath water.
No, I'm gonna put it in this fucking case right here.
Michael's gonna kease for the bath water and try to get high off of it.
No, but the only reason why I want it is because you get like a certificate of authenticity, and it tells like the number, like what bar soap you have, and on the back it's signed. That's why I want it.
That'd be kind of cool, like a little celebrity momentum.
Yeah.
Memento.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, she is hot. Like
she's
very hot. Cute.
I love her. She's killing it. Her Euphoria, phenomenal. Love her as Cassie. Yeah. Speaking of the jeans drama that she was in, Doja Cat made an impression of her, pretty much pretending to be like a Southern belle, but like reading the lyrics of like Sydney Sweeney to just like add more to the white supremacy.
Yeah.
Like her trying to say like, this is how I heard it.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. Things are bleed. Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining.
Would you say that Sydney Sweeney gave that vibe?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see it either. I really like the vibe. Maybe we're just a man and we just see like the male gaze or whatever. Comparing it to like the Brooke Shields, like it's nothing like that. And even that one was kind of like like implied. Comparing like Sydney Sweeney to Brooke.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Let me see it.
You just have to paint it. Michael just 3D printed the Fantastic Four logo because we're going to be talking about Fantastic Four and Superman in a bit. Kanye, I don't know if it was last year, he kind of got some heat.
Yeah, it was definitely last year. No, it was this year.
Yeah, because
beginning of the year,
he was releasing like anti-Semitic like clothing on Yeezy, was it?
Yeah, on his website.
Show it to the camera real quick.
Wow.
Michael still needs to paint it, but
yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
It's black.
Yeah.
Wow, different.
Huh?
But
black is just the color.
Huh?
Comparing it to like the Kanye drama, like Kanye, oh my god, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's super hot.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So Kanye released some anti-Semitic clothing, and technically, I would say he's like somewhat canceled, but he's still like out here doing his thing. Like, if he wanted to drop music, motherfuckers are gonna listen, as they did. Do you think that Sydney Sweeney deserves this cancellation the same way? Seemingly, they're kind of giving her the Kanye treatment for this.
No.
Maybe not as bad.
No, because she did nothing. She didn't advertise swastika and Hitler.
Yeah, and she
Kanye did.
She wasn't like directly saying that white genetics are better than any other genetics.
Kanye straight up did.
Yeah, exactly.
Hers was implied, but it was implied by the people. People misunderstood it.
Exactly. If anything, the people made something out of nothing. Whereas Kanye made something out of something to project his like views on the world.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Micah? Do you think he deserves it or not?
Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot of people that are gonna watch this are gonna say like, oh, "I left it on. Don't worry."
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are gonna assume like, "Oh, he's a guy. He's like Sydney Sweeney. He doesn't give a f-." Honestly, I watched the ad. I even watched it with like a couple of like females. They didn't give a shit. When I watched it, I didn't give a f-. Honestly, I didn't give a f-. It was just them promoting the jeans. I don't think
that's the way I saw it too.
Yeah. And honestly, the company would have really thought about it because it has to go through focus groups and all that.
And so, even if they were trying to say that Sydney Sweeney does have good genes, she does. Yeah, she does. She's really pretty. She has a nice body. She's a great actress, in my opinion. Like, that's another debate. But I think she's a great actress, in her with her range, and like I said, she's gorgeous. Like, I don't think they're trying to say that white people have the best genes. I think they're just trying to say that Sydney Sweeney has good genes and she's in jeans.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to take advantage of that play on words.
I mean, like,
because I think the people that reacted have to be English majors.
Yeah.
How like the English teacher will read something and what do we think about this? Nothing like.
They love to overanalyze something and be like, okay, what are the hidden meanings behind
nothing?
Nothing. Exactly. They want us to annotate everything in life. So I kind of want to segue into South Park. One of the best jokes from South Park is Kanye.
The fish sticks.
Fish sticks. Do you like fish sticks?
Yeah.
And are you a gay fish?
Yes.
Because the joke is you're really saying fish sticks, but it sounds like fish sticks. Fish sticks. And they're like, oh yeah, I like fish sticks. I'm like, oh shit, you're a gay fish.
Yeah.
And that was the whole joke with Kanye. Michael, feel free to load it up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It is quite possibly the funniest joke ever conceived, and its origin is unknown. The fish dicks joke crosses all borders, all races, all ages and ethnic groups, and is slowly uniting our country. In fact, the only person who appears to not get the joke is rapper Kanye West, who becomes furious when people use the joke on him.
Yo, that is messed up, yo. I am not gay, and I sure as hell ain't no fish, alright?
You really don't get it.
Hey man, I'm a genius, alright? I'm the most talented musician in the world. If I was a homosexual or a fish, I would know.
You're a rapper.
Yes.
An entrepreneur.
Yes.
And you like fish sticks.
Yes.
You're a gay fish.
No, I am not no gay fish.
Just gay?
I'm not gay and I'm not a fish. Man.
You are male.
Damn right I'm male.
A male that likes fish dicks.
Yeah, I like fish dicks.
You like to put fish dicks in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're a gay fish.
All right, that does it. I'm going to kick your mother...
Fast forward, Kanye released a song where he literally...
No wonder thought a lot of rappers thought he was gay.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was like rapping in pop. Like, he was one of the very first rappers to like be like, "Oh, I'm from the projects and I'm like doing pop music." And they were like, "You're not really hood." And back in the day, you're like, if you're not a gangbanger, then you're not a real rapper.
Yeah.
So then here comes Kanye, gay fish. So
you like fish sticks?
Like fish sticks, bro. So that's why everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you must be gay because you do pop music."
Mm-hmm.
And we're on to something. Male cousin. Anyways, moving right along. So South Park, big news that they're doing. Recently they were in the media because they made fun of Trump pretty bad. Like they did not hold back. It was probably like one of the most severe like humiliation rituals I've ever seen in my life. The entire episode was like focused on Donald Trump and just like making fun of him and like I tried watching the episode but I didn't have enough time. But Michael did watch the episode. I watched a video on it.
Yeah, I did. I watched it.
What do you think of the episode?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The people that thought that shit was like up towards the president, like, dude, these guys do not give a they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They made fun of countless celebrities over and over.
They definitely have done their part in bullying. Famous people.
And I'm not gonna lie. I see the problem with it, but at the same time too, I'm like, it's pure comedy gold right there for me. Like that's what's gonna get me up in the morning and laughing my ass off.
I mean, the whole reason they did that was because I don't know if you guys know, but
CBS
recently canceled The Late Show. And the reason they did that, like, there's rumors that supposedly Trump pretty much forced
CBS
to cancel The Late Show. And then I believe in that same week that they had to cancel The Late Show, he made the guy who hosts that, Steven something.
I forget his name.
Steven Corporate.
Yeah, nobody
Corporate. Okay.
Nobody watches The Late Show, but it's definitely like no one young is watching the Late Show. But definitely, it is I think like a classic show. Like it's as if SNL got canceled. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those like founding father late shows.
Yeah.
So people were like, "Wow!" Like,
does Kenny still die in every episode?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he actually has. It's been revealed that he has a superpower where he comes back to life. Because I think his parents sacrificed something in a ritual.
Who walked through the desert?
No, it was a ritual.
Is that AI?
No, it's not actually.
It's his.
Who survived
the
wilderness and gave the ultimate
here's
sacrifice? When things heat up, who will deliver us from temptation?
Well, they did CJ things.
Donald J. Trump. No matter how hot it gets, he's not afraid to fight for America. With conviction, discipline, and trust in God, he survived the desert.
Oh my
wait.
God, that is the most.
Donald J. Trump, and I endorse this message.
Get it? Because everyone says that he talks with his dick.
Penis is teeny tiny, but his love for us is large.
Oh my God, that is too good of editing. How do you feel about that? EatTrumptUs.com.
If you get made fun of, you're doing something right.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, we got a number one stan over here.
No,
he's fuming.
No, it's true. Because if you can't take him down, what can you do? Just make fun of him.
Oh yeah.
Well, he's faced. He canceled the Late Show. I don't think he's going to be able to cancel South Park. This was Paramount's way of saying, you know what?
You made CBS cancel The Tonight Show.
And I was not okay with it, so this was how I retaliated.
I mean, they
gave South Park a $1.5 billion deal.
Oh, yeah.
And now South Park is one of the most like richest like shows ever.
Oh yeah.
And Paramount was like, hey, this happened. Express how we feel through your first episode of your 27th season.
Pretty obvious that I'm a Trump supporter, but I feel like if you were to put yourself in like that situation, like what would you do? And we will know. We can have opinions and we can have hypotheticals.
The thing is that we can't be like, oh, what would we do if we put ourselves in Trump's shoes? We can't. Because no normal person, no normal American is like Trump. You can't put yourself in Trump's shoes because he has a way of thinking that is so like, in my opinion, very out of touch in numerous ways: age, wealth, class. And even just like life experiences, upbringings, the way that things were kind of like handed to him in a sense. I think a lot of those things portray like him being out of touch, and I feel like if you try to tell us like, oh, like imagine putting yourself in your shoes. Like I feel like if any of us were in his shoes, like even you, like as a Trump supporter, I don't think you would be talking to the American people the way that he does. I don't think you would be like rubbing shoulders with like totalitarian leaders who want dictatorship and want to rule the world. And like I don't think like like people like normal people like us would be just like moving the way he moves. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's moving the way he moves is because like he already comes from a place where his ego's already fed. So imagine him being president, his ego's already through the roof. That's why he just doesn't give a fuck because he's out of touch. He doesn't realize he feels like he is untouchable, and I feel like he definitely
Well,
is
he definitely is untouchable. He's the president.
Like you know whose personality he aligns with most. I want to say Homelander. Like they definitely have very similar, like the way that they think. I would say it's very similar. Very out of touch, very short tempered, very like quick to react, and also just at the end of the day,
is he short tempered?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There'd be times like when people would call him out on Twitter and he'd just be replying, talking shit, and that just shows a lot about who he is as a person and how he deals with criticism of people. And not to mention the debates too. Ooh, those were crazy.
He knows how to get people's attention.
Yeah, he knows how to. He's definitely a rage baiter, and he rage baits not because like he's like trying to. In my opinion, I don't think he's trying to do a strategical tactic to rage bait. I just think he does it because he knows someone made him look bad, so he's trying to make somebody else look bad. That's just how I see Trump. I feel like you can't really put yourself in his shoes because I feel like he's done so much that like if we were in his shoes to begin with, we wouldn't even be in any of these predicaments. Anyway, honestly, how do you feel about like the rumors that Trump shut a late night show down because they were speaking negatively about him?
I think coming as a Trump supporter or coming as a person that doesn't support Trump.
Well, I want your non-biased opinion.
Non-biased opinion, I think he shut it down for a reason. Whether it's petty or not, goes against the First Amendment. So I don't think that was really justifiable or like just. But
and it does kind of make it seem like if you're a person who feels like all the things that you're doing that everyone's saying is wrong. If you're if you're gonna stand on it and be like, no, like what I'm doing is gonna be the betterment for everyone. Then why are you showing off such insecurities like that? You know what I mean?
So it was unjust. It definitely takes away freedom of speech. Not cool. But I guess the biased opinion is that I guess he just wants people to respect their world leader, president, just how other countries respect theirs. And yes, in this case, it's the dictators that get respected out of fear. But I think Trump just wants respect, even though he's not a respectful person. So you can't ask something that you're not giving. But kind of it is what it is. Because at the same time, like if you believe in karma, like I'm not gonna go too far into it, but if you believe in karma, like that's the late night show's karma for talking bad about the president.
For sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I mean,
I'm not gonna go too deep into it.
I mean, I don't know if in this specific case, if talking bad about this specific president renders negative karma, but I would say that karma in general, like if you put any negative energy out there, it's just going to come back to you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from. Another subject that we can talk about that's kind of like a little controversy, just because we have hot takes on it. Batman versus Superman.
Huh?
Oh wait, no, Superman versus Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four overrated.
Okay.
It kind of was to me, yeah.
So you guys, so we all agree that Fantastic Four was a little bit lackluster. Do you believe that Superman was better in that box office fight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though
Superman was more entertaining.
For sure.
Like I saw with Victoria twice, and she said she liked Superman, and she's not a comic book movie girl. Like really rare for me to get her to watch a movie with me. But out of both, she said she really enjoyed Superman.
Okay.
Which I was happy.
Yeah.
Because she knows nothing about Superman. she doesn't know anything.
And what what kind of set Superman and Fantastic Four aside is because Fantastic Four actually talked about the origins. Superman, not really. All they did was kind of show off like the beginning of the movie. Oh, he's in a fight. Okay. And then that's it. Like there's no origin story to Superman.
Yeah. Like it started like in the middle of an action sequence.
Yeah, or it kind of like Superman already got his footing in. He kind of more or less has figured out what he wants to represent with the S for the world. And he's already like in action. Like we saw, like I think one of the credits is like, and this is the first fight he's ever lost or whatever, and it was against like was supposed to be like what is it, the Palestine superhero.
Yeah, and I know we keep leaning into the politics. But
that was a political movie, so bring it back.
It was a political movie. They're comparing it to an illegal alien coming in, doing whatever he wants. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but they're making something. They're making nothing out of They're making nothing out of something.
Yeah.
It's just a movie. It's a comic book movie. Whatever it represents.
It was more of leaning into like what would realistically, why it's really hard for like America to like step in and do something like that.
Yeah.
Like with the whole interrogation scene with Lois Lane, which deserves a Grammy. I mean, not a Grammy, an Oscar on its own. Just because like it was able to like break down like what it really means to be a hero in a modern day time with all the politics and like, you know, sometimes you're saving someone, but do they really deserve to be saved?
Yeah.
You know, and it's just kind of like that's what a lot of things have to play into. And also, like, if we do save someone, okay, what is that a short-term solution, or is that going to cause a long-term like problem?
And that's what I love about the Lois and Superman interview.
For sure.
Because she was asking him like, "Oh, so you just went in, did whatever you wanted?"
Yeah, she wasn't afraid to like hold back.
And then he was like, "Well, I did it for the greater good."
Mm-hmm.
What is the greater good?
Exactly. Exactly like, have you thought that far, or are you just thinking rash like in the moment?
For him, it's to save humanity, save humans,
and people not dying.
Keep the world a better, or make the world a better place. Keep the peace. But this guy from what's it called, Jalhunapur or whatever, he wanted to invade because he had a deal with obviously Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor in this case being
Baravia.
And Baravia have their own cultural reasons why
yeah,
they
so
to take
because
over.
it was gonna be Lex Land or whatever.
Yeah, something
Lex
like that.
Land.
Yeah, and
was this Six
anyway,
Flags?
So, you know, like I love that because it's obviously it's a metaphor. It's an analogy to the real life. But how
and who's to say like that's not a nod like what we're doing? Like maybe we're supporting our government has been supporting Israel. Yeah. And who's to say that Palestine won't be a piece of the U.S. like as a military?
An illegal alien, how he said it, you have no rights. You're an illegal alien. Came in to the USA and did whatever they wanted, and they faced no consequence until they give themselves in. Because he gave himself in. Obviously, I think it's too much of a stretch. Not saying that all illegal immigrants come in and do whatever they want, but from what I've seen from personal experiences, they do come in. And they do feel pretty entitled.
That's the takeaway you got from it.
No,
illegal aliens coming in.
The takeaway I got it was a good Superman movie.
I would say, okay, nice save. I would say to add to your thought of where you're going, I would say the movie more symbolized that illegal aliens are not bad. Illegal aliens are there to do sometimes good, and sometimes what might not seem like good in like the eyes politically or like religiously, definitely like. It like I feel like it like whatever might not seem good can still be good. Which is kind of like what we saw, like him wanting to step in on other like countries' affairs, and like Lois Lane questioning him like, is this gonna be good long term? You know, you doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just kind of like it doesn't matter. People were gonna die, and I think that's the point. Like that they're trying to convey. Like at the end of the day, like what you think you might be doing, like. What people nowadays might be think is good or what's bad or what's best to just leave as is. At the end of the day, like maybe it's not something that we should be like putting at a pedestal. Like whereas like Superman comes in, he's an outsider sort of, and he's trying to like save the world with the power that he has. Yeah. You know, and I think like as an alien who's also very limited in that way. Yeah. I think that's also kind of like. Symbolizes what's going on with America, with like all the immigration with Hispanic people and Palestine versus Israel, and that playing a part. But I do think that it was also mainly about like trying to symbolize like why it's very difficult for people to step in, also, and also what would happen. But I think it also like it wants to like show that side, like yes, it could be hard to step in to help, but like stop being a pussy and just do it. Like if another problem comes, handle it. But at the end of the day, don't be making excuses to not be doing good. Yeah. Just do it. And if there's more, like, regardless, problems are going to come up. So. And
then what I saw on social media was liberals were saying it's funny how they make a movie about an illegal alien ruining the plans of a billionaire. Yep. And then I saw other stuff from Republicans saying that this movie's not about immigration. This movie's just a superhero movie.
In a way, yes, but I do feel like there was a lot of unnecessary political implementations, and I do think that was James Gunn's part trying to, like, because I feel like James Gunn is pretty woke, as a director in Hollywood.
Remember, you gotta be woker.
Yeah, so I think he definitely was trying to imply something and try to use his power for good. Yeah. Like, you know, like Superman was using his fists, whereas James Gunn is using his platform. I think that's also by another symbolism that he's trying to do. Maybe trying to show other people who do have a platform and have that type of power to use it for good the same way that he did, the same way that Superman is doing.
So then back to Fantastic Four.
Yeah. So I mean, what did you want from Fantastic Four that would have easily made oh, this is better than Superman?
I guess
because Superman had its own mistakes too. We could talk about that.
More action for sure. I feel like the movie was mainly theory, dialogue. There was only one action sequence when they went to go visit Galactus, and then when the final fight.
Yeah.
But
and even the final fight was so lackluster.
Yeah.
Because at first it seemed like they had a plan, but it was more like a technological plan. It wasn't a plan that really utilized their abilities.
So I think they're doing it obviously to save it for Doomsday.
Perhaps.
But if that's your first solo movie MCU, you should do seeing the Fantastic
and
Four.
Then their plan B is Invisible Woman pushing Galactus. Like, no, I mean, I'm glad that they were able to display how strong she is because Galactus is heavy as fuck. But at the same time, it's kind of like that was the most build up. Like it's like one of those fireworks that go all the way up and then it goes all the way up there and then nothing happens.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with that because it felt like in a way like it's Sue Storm, like make him like blow up his head or something or blow up an arm with like her force field. Like why is she pushing him?
Yeah.
Why is this bitch? That's what pissed me off.
But at the same time, it was called Fantastic Four First Steps.
First Steps, yeah.
So it wasn't even their first steps, which is crazy.
So.
And that would have been a hard name if it was an origin story because like they're going to space, so it would have been like their first steps like on a planet or something.
Yeah.
That would have been a hard name. But first steps were what they're doing now, like it's so stupid.
Honestly,
because it clearly wasn't their first steps. And another thing that pissed me off, you know, the intro in Fantastic Four where they're showing like, sorry, I'm rambling, I'm letting you guys talk. But you know the intro where they were showing like all the ways that they would save people. Yeah. Like there was this one scene where Johnny Storm was literally sucking the fire out of a like. That was the best use of like CGI with their powers in the entire movie. Everything else was like literally Reed Richards got stretched like 15 feet and he was already about to die.
But then I saw something else that it's perspective. Because for us it looks like 15 feet, but what if in Galactus's reach that was actually like hella long.
Yeah, but I feel like in the comics I've seen like Reed being able to like stretch himself around an entire building and like and around a city even. So I don't understand why they're limiting him to being a fucking Laffy Taffy.
Because I saw a post where when Galactus's head is shown, you see a little tiny Ferris wheel in comparison to how big he actually is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what if for us it looks like he's getting stretched like 15 feet, but it is longer. We don't know.
I guess, but I feel like that shouldn't have phased Reed.
Yes.
And I don't think it should have ripped his clothes either.
So then,
that pissed me off.
For the other people that were hyping this movie up, saying this movie cooked, it really didn't.
It didn't. And then on top of that, I didn't like how they didn't explain why Johnny's like his suit that Reed designed could burn up, but his regular clothes didn't. Remember he was like, Johnny, you can only be flame on for 10 minutes or it's gonna completely disintegrate.
No, but that's in zero atmosphere where there's no.
Oh, that's true.
There's no air.
But like, why isn't his regular clothes burning up? That kind of pissed me off. That really pissed me off.
What if he wears like clothes?
I wish they would have elaborated on that. I mean, that's definitely completely possible, but that means he would have to have a whole wardrobe of it for like every single day of the year, and I feel like that needs a little bit of elaboration. Not only because
it's been like
that was something that's in my mind of just seeing his clothes just blow it in the air with the fire.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It would also be entertaining to hear that there's that type of technology in that universe.
Underrated take. I like this Johnny Storm.
I love. He's fine as fuck.
Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed. I do have all the Funko Pops.
I did.
Yeah, right there. I have Sue Storm.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
they're right there.
I'm only missing like 3.
I like this Johnny Storm.
Actually, yeah, I'm only missing.
This Johnny Storm is probably my favorite Johnny Storm. Well, actually, no.
I'm only missing 2 actually.
Michael B. Jordan.
No, that was trash.
Chris Evans
was probably like the hottest.
Yeah.
Johnny Storm. But so is what's this guy name? Chrissy, wake up. What's his name?
Joseph Quinn.
Joseph Quinn, aka Doja Cat's ex. Yeah, that's right. Unlocked a memory. I feel like he's definitely like doing his part, portraying it like he's really cool. I just don't like like how I said the clothes. I didn't like how they didn't really use the flowers good. Like I know that this is a movie catered to movies, especially when it comes to Disney side.
I like how it's first steps, but yeah, you give birth to Franklin.
Right? Isn't that? Well, maybe that's why, because Franklin's first steps.
Right.
He didn't even walk though.
No,
he didn't even walk in the movie.
He fucking crawled.
Well, no, maybe wasn't he standing up with Doctor Doom?
Yeah, but
he was like 4 years
They never
old.
showed the first steps with that baby. That's true. That really. Yeah, there was a lot of things in that movie that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
I do hope that the next storyline with them is more utilized. It shows more of their strength and their powers.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't jump right off from this moment, because I feel like they still need a lot more growing. At least the way that they wrote them, like they're so nerfed.
Yeah.
Completely nerfed.
Yeah. But a lot of things that pissed a lot of people off were like, why does this movie take place in the 60s? Where is this future technology at? I'm like, it takes place in another Earth. Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys even saw that. It said Earth
same
number.
time, different dimension.
Yeah, same time, different dimension. I don't know if people like understood that. Those are people that just don't give a fucking pay attention to the movie.
Yeah. I mean, overall, as much as I like to shoot talk it was a good movie. I had fun.
I mean, it was a fun,
it was entertaining. Yeah,
yeah,
like,
it was
like I said, like as pissed off as I was seeing Sue Storm push Galactus, it was still pretty cool to see her and see the CGI effects that they did for that. And it was great. Like, they all look great in their suits. The Silver Surfer looks fantastic. Julia Garner, or Julia, I forgot what her name is. Yeah, Julia Gardner. She's an amazing actress.
Who's she married to?
I don't know.
No.
But she's been in a lot of films. In terms of Superman, though, what pissed me off from Superman, I feel like a big reason why Superman isn't that, like, conqueror, Trump-esque personality that just would take the world if he could, is because he is Clark Kent. At the end of the day, yes, his origin is Kal-El, but he is Clark Kent. I feel like in any Superman, like, comic movie, we see Clark Kent's personality way more than we see anything else, because that's who he is. That's all he knows is Clark Kent in Clark's life. Yeah. So I feel like when I watched Superman, all I saw was Kal-El. All I saw was Superman basing his morals, his like duty, his image in the world, based off his birth parents. But what they were saying in that voice message, that's why he had like an identity crisis and his whole world was collapsing. When, spoiler alert, the message was uncorrupted, and it come to find out that his parents sent him there to conquer. And I feel like the whole reason you are feeling even bad about this is because, like, I feel like, yes, maybe you thought that you were sent there to be good or whatever, but at the same time, like, the only reason you're not abusing your powers is because you grew up with a wholesome family. You grew up with the Kents. Yeah. And I feel like it was almost like James Gunn was kind of ashamed to show that side of him, because I felt like Kal-El was in the movie was ashamed to show his Clark Kent side, like, and I can see that because like the house is ghetto in this movie. Yeah. The parents kind of look fat and ugly versus like the other parents who look like white supremacists, skinny, fit, own a farm, type shit. So I definitely feel like there is something there that kind of pissed me off, because I really do like the actors for Clark and for Martha and what's the dad's name? John Kent. But I definitely was kind of let down that it's almost as if like the Superman in this storyline doesn't associate himself with his Clark Kent side, especially like so far into his development as a superhero. But that's what pissed me off. Anything else that pissed you off in Superman?
No, I really.
Anything that stand out? Lex Luthor stood out the most to me. He was one of the best things in Superman.
Yeah, Lex Luthor kind of pissed me off a bit just because I was like, dude, you sound like a little whiny bitch. Like, I hear people whine like little bitches all the time.
I think that's his character though. Like, he's supposed to play like a spoiled brat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I really did like him. I liked Mr. Handsome. Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, Jimmy Olsen, yeah.
Jimmy Olsen.
Who's Mr. Handsome?
You know the nerdy guy that worked at the dating planet with them, and he's like he got like he gets all the bitches.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Handsome. So he's a mutant, but he doesn't realize it. He's just really attracted to females.
You mean a metahuman?
Yeah, he's a metahuman. Yeah. And then what else? Anything else that stood out to you?
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific.
He was pretty cool.
His fight scene was probably one of the best fight scenes I've ever seen in like any Marvel movie or any superhero movie in a really long time.
What was it? Lex Luthor's girlfriend in the movie, and Jimmy Olsen.
She's really pretty.
I was like, dude, just fuck her already. Like, come on.
Well, supposedly she has like mutant feet, so I hope we can see that in the future. Maybe that'd be kind of interesting. That dude, that's what he has her contact as like mutant toes or something like that. Any pros from Fantastic Four, since we kind of like shot on it a lot?
It was a good, like...
I will say another thing that pissed me off from it, sorry, I didn't just ask you a question. But I hate that they killed Sue Storm off as if we were going to feel something for her, even though we just met this iteration of her. And then they brought her back just to show like how powerful Cleveland is, obviously.
Yeah.
But I hate that they did that. Like, they pushed her to her limit for, honestly, an anticlimactic like fight scene. Just to kill her off for us to feel nothing, because we don't know this Sue Storm. We don't know like this version, Vanessa Kirby's version of Sue Storm, and I really that kind of annoyed me. Like, why are you killing her off? Like, I feel nothing. Like, that just kind of annoyed me a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You know, because like I don't feel nothing. Like, it was a waste of a death. Like, you could have killed her off in the third storyline for these characters. I feel like that would have been more impactful. Instead of just killing her off now, and then making it seem like, oh, it's going to be normalized for killing off people and not bringing them back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to feel nothing now. But, continue. What were you going to say? Positive thing?
I was going to say it's an entertaining movie.
For sure.
It really shows, like, the first time we see powers in the MCU like that, so that's good.
Is it still recording for you, Mike?
Yeah.
It shows powers of the Fantastic Four in the MCU, which is something we haven't seen yet.
We've been dying for them.
And
oh, yeah.
I think that's it, man. It just shows good powers, shows entertaining. Even though it's kind of, like, overrated, it's still pretty entertaining.
What's your Mike?
Like, I'd watch it again.
I'd watch it again, yeah, but I wouldn't pay to go watch it in theaters. I'd just wait for it to come out on streaming. Yeah, like if it came out like on digital, I would buy it just because to build up my Marvel collection for like going to movies. Mm-hmm. And then also too, it's like they didn't even reveal. Oh, they did reveal who was actually on set. It wasn't Robert Downey Jr. They said it was somebody else. That was like one of my favorite things.
But that could just be like stunt. That's probably why they didn't show his face.
Yeah, that's why they didn't show his face. But I do have the mask actually. Not on me. I'm gonna print it at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, it was a nostalgic film for sure. It wasn't necessarily, I would say, in my opinion, it didn't really satisfy me in like the comic aspect of it, just because like I felt they downplayed their powers and honestly their intelligence as a team and how cohesive they can work with their powers. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like the shit that they did, like the Young Avengers could have done. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I needed to see more.
Yeah.
Something more niche and more unique to the Fantastic Four as like a way to stop Galactus. But regardless, the CGI was pretty good. Galactus looked amazing. Silver Surfer was phenomenal. The cast all have really good chemistry. It makes me feel like, yeah, there has been history in this storyline before this movie. Like, it makes me feel like I can believe it, you know?
And I like how they showed the origin of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I like that too. They gave us a little bit of her story too. And where she comes from. I like how they use like that like sequence of Johnny using mind manipulation to like kind of corrupt her, get her to turn on their side.
Also, you know what's pretty cool is they say Galactus is like America Chavez, doesn't have another version of himself.
Oh yeah.
But there is going to be another version, not at any point, but they did it in Marvel Rivals. They have Galactus's daughter. Okay. So like she would be like basically like the other half of him.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why like they say like the Fox universe and the new Marvel universe is gonna be all connected anyways again because of Galactus.
That makes sense.
I like that. I hope that they're able to do that. I mean, I did see that they on set the original actress for Mystique, and
for Fantastic
for X-Men.
Yeah, for X-Men, and Yelena. Actress for Yelena, what's her name again?
Oh, from Thunderbolts.
Florence Pugh. Yeah, they were on the same set together, and that same day for the paparazzi came out, they followed each other. So they're saying that they're probably in the same scene together for the next like big, Marvel collab movie.
Oh, Doomsday.
Doomsday, yeah.
Doomsday,
I just couldn't think of the name for some reason.
Well,
I wanted to say Secret Wars.
Yeah, she's cute too. I like her.
Florence
Pugh.
Oh yeah, Florence. She's an amazing actress.
Oh yeah,
amazing. She did a phenomenal Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
we love Florence Pugh over here. But yeah, that's pretty much our consensus. We liked both movies, But if we had to pick a contender for who won the July box office, I mean, technically Fantastic Four won.
Yeah.
But in our hearts, definitely Superman won.
Yeah.
Definitely deserves all the money.
The fans know it. The critics don't know shit.
And both films definitely have like some things that they can work on. But I do feel like it's a great start for DC. And I think for Marvel, it's definitely building up a little bit more hype for Doomsday.
Yeah. That's why they didn't go to the Comic-Con this year, because they didn't have any work to show off.
True.
Yeah, and before we move on, actually, one of the funniest things that really pissed me off from Fantastic Four was the fucking baby. Like, if you're already gonna have trouble CGIing a baby, why the fuck are you gonna stretch yourself out more and put the baby on the thing who's also being CGI'd? Like, you're just asking yourself to like, and that's when the baby looks so bad. And it was just like, it was worse than Renesmee. I thought that was like the funniest thing to come out of that. It was, the CGI was really bad. Another funny thing that recently happened, Demi Lovato. So, have you guys recently been keeping up with Demi?
No.
Oh, during COVID, she was known as Themi. You know, she wanted to be known as they, them, and people ran with it on the internet and started calling her Themi.
Yeah.
And then all, like, the memes came out or whatever. But recently, she had a glow up. She got married. Mm-hmm. She's super skinny now. She looks like Demi Lovato, like, fresh out of Disney Channel. And she's dropping new music. She's dropping those club bangers. I don't know, have you heard her new song?
No.
No? Let me play it for you real quick. Music video's kind of crazy too. Lots of naked men running around.
No wonder he likes it.
She's thriving right now, and one of the ways she's marketing herself for this new era. So back when she was in her Themi era and she was like insecure, like, you know, recovering from addict and all this stuff. She went to a frozen yogurt place, right?
Oh god.
And it's like this, like, I forgot what the place is called, but it's like this, like, at the time it was like a smaller business. It was during COVID. Smaller businesses were getting shut down left and right. So like a bad review from a celebrity could be like really damaging to a local business. And I remember she went really excited to get some ice cream, and I think like there was like a long line, and now she's like waiting to go to the front. She's like passing by all these options like gluten-free, sugar-free, fat-free. And she's like in a diet, has like an eating disorder. She's like has like body dysmorphia, and like also like now she has an identity crisis, telling everyone call me they them. And she goes to Twitter the next like that night, and she tweets like, oh, like this like ice cream shop is the worst. Like they give into like skinny girl culture, like eating disorder culture, because like I can't even walk in without feeling guilty because of all these like healthy options that they're trying to throw in my face. And then I go up and they don't even have my favorite flavor, and she's just like going off like a Karen, you know. And she's like, and then she like, one of the most iconic quotes is like, I went home that day and didn't get the ice cream I wanted, and it ruined my entire weekend. And it might not be the right thing to say, but it's true. And like just say like the most first world problem type of thing, and people just like shout on her, they cancel her, they praise the ice cream shop, and the ice cream shop was like, actually babe, we sell ice cream for all options, people with diabetes, people with all these different like Lyme disease, people who can consume that much easier. That's why they have all those options. So they clocked her, and like that was it. Like they canceled her or whatever. And then she for her revamp, she went back to the ice cream shop and shot TikToks with them and did the whole meet and greet with friends. So it was like a whole like full circle moment. She did like a whole bunch of like funny TikToks too. Like she like recreated like that sound of her saying like, and I went home and didn't have the ice cream I wanted. And it messed up my entire weekend. And she recorded it, and it was so funny. We're gonna definitely wrap up the episode. That was all our pretty much current events. Efren came up with this new category. Do you want to take it from here? What is it called?
I think we want to call it Beyond the Small Talk.
Yes.
It's pretty much questions. It's not really uncomfortable questions that make you like you don't want to answer them. But I think my goal purpose is to make people question things. Like something works for you, like you question and be like, actually that didn't work for me. This new way works for me. Okay.
So what's a question you can ask beyond the small talk right now?
So the one that I had come up with was, it ties in with the back and forth of me and Rico's politic views, is that, do you always have to be right? Doesn't matter how you get your point across? Doesn't matter if you insult people or make people feel bad, or do you know what? I'm not even gonna waste my energy, my time, and trying to be right, and I'm gonna just stay quiet because it doesn't matter the back and forth we go. I'm not gonna change my opinion. If the person's not gonna change their opinion, and maybe I'll just stay quiet and listen, and not speak because that will lead to my mental peace or peace between other people. Because I think that's the basis of America's problem, especially in our age, 20s to 30s, that we cannot sit down, have a conversation on disagreeing points, and still get along with one another.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like that's one of the issues that a lot of people have nowadays, like new relationships, especially like people in their teenage years. Like, remember us? Like, we couldn't sit down and have a conversation. You just want to let it all out, like in public, like go somewhere private, do it.
So
it's like when we have family like matters, like funerals or like some serious family issue that goes on. It's like we need to be in a setting where we can actually talk about this, get it all out because it's bothering us.
Yeah,
for sure.
So maybe it's an emotion that you have that's bothering you, but at the end of the day, what brings you peace? Getting your point across because you know you're right, and whatever the person says, it's pissing you off, and you just be like, no, I know I'm right, and I know they're wrong. But what's wrong and what's right?
I mean, I think it's kind of like depicting what's wrong and what's right is a human creation, in my opinion. The same way time is a human creation, it's just a measurement of something.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can really, any of us, be like, this is 100% right and this is 100% wrong. That's why it's opinions. What I can say, what would bring me peace in that aspect is being able to have a conversation that is, could be a touchy subject for some people. Sometimes politics, religion fall under that. And I feel like if you're able to have that type of conversation and have opposing sides with people that you respect outside of that, like your friends, family, etc., and leave that conversation learning something new, gaining a new perspective, while also like still having that type of relationship intact. Like Efren and I definitely have different opposing political views, but there are a lot of things that him and I have a lot more in common, and politics is just one thing out of the many things that we don't really have in common in. And there are a lot of political things that we do have in common in, but there are obviously some things that we don't have in common in. And I think what I find peace with that is that he's able to be in his own respective lane and in my own respected lane, and I can have my views and he can have his views, and we're not afraid to like sit in a room and be like, hey, yeah, I know I stood really strong on this, but I want to hear your opinion on that. Even though like we're not insecure like that. Like if I feel like he's saying something right and like has a point, I'll give it to him and be like, you know what, that was smart. Like I would have, and I'm sure it's the vice versa with him. And like and I think Efren does do his part too, like in terms of that. Like if there's something where he just knows like there's no point in entertaining the argument because the argument will go nowhere, then I think he does have more of a better like awareness than I do of when to like back down and to just be like, okay, I heard your perspective. There's no reason to give you mine because I heard your perspective.
Yeah.
But if you ask for it, I'll give it to you. Type shit. And I feel like Efren is definitely very composed. And I think that's what brings me peace, is having a debating partner who's also very composed.
Yeah.
Is willing to see both sides, but also is a person who stands strong on their side, because there's no point in arguing with someone if they're just going to be a bitch about it and give in so easily.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, also question yourself, because what are those things that you're carrying from your parents or school that they don't really work out for you? So question, like, should I be doing this? Should I be liking this? Should I be listening to this? Or I guess it's one piece of advice is always question yourself.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, like any of our upbringings, like things that we thought were normal and cool and happy back then are low-key like racist, cancerous, and bullying, coming from Hispanic culture. But like, yeah, to add more to that, for sure, I completely agree with that. How do you feel about that, Michael? How would you answer his question?
Like, question myself? Like, honestly, my dad brought me up to question a lot of things. So, like, question, like, why do we do this? Why do we do that? Like, when it comes to, like, family stuff, like, why do we help them out? Because it's the right thing to do. Like, somebody needs, like, it's like when you had, like, your, like, spaz out a few years ago. Me and him, we were there for you.
My spaz out?
Yeah, you remember?
Sure.
When you had that whole
I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah. No, when you had your breakup.
Efren's fighting demons right now.
Because we were there for him. Like we were there for our friend too when he broke up with his girlfriend in high school.
Yeah. What are you trying to get at?
Well, I mean, it's like why do we help these people? It's like, well, they're people we love. That's why we do the things we do. Like, don't question that. But when it comes to like other things, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when it comes to like other things like work related stuff, it's like, why are we doing this? This looks shady as hell. That's when you start questioning yourself. Should I be doing this? Are we breaking the law? Am I going to be an accessory to this? Question that. Ask yourself. Get other people's opinions, and then finally talk to your other coworkers about it.
So pretty much, Michael's saying stay vigilant.
Yeah, and I guess what helps him find peace is going to those debates and getting a different perspective.
Yeah, it's like going to the doctors. Well, you can't just trust one doctor. You got to go to like 2-3 different doctors.
Yeah. So I'm glad it circles back, because that's why I said it's not about winning. It's about knowing when to step back and take your mental peace. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the issues with also politics. Trump thinks he's right. Kamala thinks he's right. She's right. Sorry. Mm-hmm. We're never gonna get anywhere because someone always wants to be right.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, you know what, I listen to you, and for my mental health, you're right. Even though, I mean, that kind of doesn't apply to politics, but it applies with everything.
Yeah, I don't know if that would happen in politics, but I definitely see where you're coming from.
Or like,
I mean, maybe I wouldn't go as far as saying, like, you're right. I'll probably just be like, hey, we can disagree to disagree. Okay, what's the next subject? Because I would never, like, lie to someone about, like, my morals and what I think about things, because I just know that could just bite me in the ass later.
Yeah.
If I don't agree with something, I'm not going to agree with it. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to, like, beat around the bush. If you want to take it to a disrespectful level, best believe I'm going to match that energy, but you'll never see that come from me. But yeah, I definitely do agree. Like, if the conversation is not going to go anywhere with someone who's clearly not educated on what they're talking about, don't even give them the energy.
So quickly, just to wrap it up, I'm not sure if you get a politic TikTok. I do. Mm-hmm. And I see both perspectives. I see ignorant liberals, ignorant Republicans.
Everyone's ignorant.
Everyone's ignorant.
This is America.
So there's a lot of stuff that I see, and I'm like, okay, facts, right. Like, you can bring all these facts that Donald Trump did this, Biden did this with the facts, with the chart, with the economy. Okay, cool. I think, from my point of view, what really matters is human life.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because something that I've always wanted to ask all these liberals is, okay, you are in favor of illegal immigrants or immigrants, and you say that they take the jobs that most Americans don't want to do. Why aren't you working it? Why aren't you working in the agricultural field? And instead of, you know what, they take their jobs, okay, what can we do to better their working conditions, living conditions?
Like, wait, say it again. We take their jobs, so what can we do?
So like, they take our jobs, right? Like, they'll go work out in the field, they're gardeners, but yeah, the TikToker that's defending them is making millions or thousands on TikTok defending them, instead of them going out and working the job. Or with their platform.
That's not their place in life, though.
I know, but with their platform, helping their working conditions. You know what I mean? Like, they're on TikTok Live arguing that, you know what, we do need illegal immigrants.
Well, the thing is that I feel like a lot of illegal immigrants are proud and grateful to be having the job, even though it does come with a lot of labor.
Yeah.
I think it kind of just like,
but
that is like the shortcoming of like them coming to America, which is a more free country and a safer country, I would say. Is like, yeah, you might have to have a shitty job at first, and there are a ton of immigrants that stay exactly where they're at, or a ton of immigrants who've really made it with the American dream. And lots of them. People who are in sports, singers, actors, even people in politics. There are a lot of people who have come a long way as an immigrant, you know, or who come from immigrant roots. I will say, like, why doesn't that person help them? I feel like that is their way of helping. Like, their job, the only thing...
Just to defend them?
Because in a way, their superpower is the platform, and their superpower is the voice.
Yeah.
So them being able to educate people who probably don't even realize, kids who don't even know what's going on with the world, and then this one YouTuber who was randomly posting, like, 2 toy reviews is all of a sudden educating you on what's really going on. Like, that kind of helps a lot, because there are a lot of kids who don't realize how bad it is and feel like it's so easy to be racist and say racist jokes, And, you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg of kids just being cancerous. And I feel like that goes a long way of just like that person specifically. That's them doing their part. Yeah. No one needs to go work the job for them or make the living conditions better. That's not what anyone's asking for. I feel like immigrants are happy in their place. They're not asking for much. They're not going and rioting. Like, I think the last time we saw immigrants riot was like the Cesar Chavez thing. But other than that, like, we don't see immigrants wanting more than what they can already access. Yeah. I feel like at the end of the day, they are just doing what we, in a way, don't want to do. And that kind of, like, benefits us.
It does.
So I think that's what people are really pissed off
about.
And then when they took a lot of people out, there was a lot of agricultural holdback, too.
So then that's what I'm saying, like, what if that was you? Because, you were born Rico. You were born into your family. Mm-hmm. What if you're a kid that was born with parents working on the field? And you live kind of a worse life than us?
I think I would have a different drive. I would have a different motivation. Yeah. I'd probably be going to college as soon as out of high school. Yeah. I'd probably be in sports my entire life trying to get a scholarship. So then, I think I would have a different upbringing.
So then, I think since we don't see it firsthand because it doesn't affect us, we brush it like we don't care. But what if that was one of our family members? We would want to do something about it because you don't do anything until it actually affects you.
Right, but you don't think that people in those perspectives, you think they're going to be thinking, oh, I wish my dad could have a better job? No, they're going to be thinking, wow, I'm so lucky we're here and not in the place we were. I'm glad my dad has a job. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because at least a shitty job in America and not a dangerous job in Mexico. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't think people in those shoes, maybe if they're like born American and they don't really understand where their parents come from and what they sacrificed to be here, for sure they would be thinking like that. But what is that really? Ignorance, arrogance? When you take that away, they wouldn't really be thinking like that. They would be grateful. They would be happy. They would definitely just like be able to find a lemonade or make lemonade with the lemons that they have. Yeah. You know? Do you guys have a piece of advice or a quote that you want to give the viewers, the 20-something-year-olds?
The 20 viewers that we have.
The 20 viewers. That too. I can go first. Stop caring about what other people think of you because at the end of the day, you can only control your own perception and your own outlooks. Keep your head up and stay positive.
Well, one of my favorite bases. Born to lose, live to win.
And mine would be.
We're doing all this just for you to click out the first 5 minutes.
Mine would be. If you're not willing to trade your life for any amount of money, that just means that you are worth more any amount of money. Mm-hmm. So keep your head up because you are very valuable.
Right, like in a sense, like if everyone were to ask me, like if there was like a good chance you might die tomorrow, but someone was like, but you would have to accept like $1 million, like would you take it, knowing that you might be able to die tomorrow? Like, is it worth taking that money for that day? No, it's not. Because
so you're worth more than any amount of money.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much all we got for today, guys. If you stayed this long through the video, we really do appreciate it. Apologize for all the
technical difficulties.
For that.
And that too. And the audio. That's probably really bad right now.
Yeah.
We're tired. We've been filming all day. Efren has work in a few hours.
We all start somewhere.
So, big shout out to Efren for dealing with this right now. He's supposed to be in bed already. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. And then we also have a TikTok, a Spotify, hopefully an Apple Music set up. And you guys can definitely hear us there. The audio version is going to be kind of different than the video version just because we don't have a lot of like the effects going on.
Yeah.
So definitely we'll encourage you to listen to both because I feel like it's two different experiences and I'll definitely include more into like the audio version. But yeah, it was really fun reconnecting with you guys on the pod. I had a lot of fun talking, setting this up. Did you guys have any?
It was fun yapping for an hour.
Yeah, sweating dick in this room.
Actually, like 2 hours.
Yeah. With that being said,
In My 20s out.